smash the like button. Also, I can't believe that Samoa Joe was on the pre-show and not the main show card.
So, let's talk about All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door, aka Close the Forbidden Door. Now, I would say the biggest highlight of this whole entire show was the fact that Samoa Joe was on the pre-show. A former world heavyweight champion in this company was on the pre-show, defending his trios championship. I'm like, wow, why wouldn't you put Samoa Joe on the main show? That guy is a TV star now. He's in Twisted Metal. So I'm like, why is that man on the pre-show? Samoa Joe, your former world heavyweight champion. That's insane in the membrane. That's a waste of Samoa Joe. Now, let's talk about the first match on the card. Edge teaming up with Christian Cage versus Kip Sabian with Kill Switch. Now, in hindsight, does it make sense for Christian Cage and Edge to be in this match? In terms of, should it be a slow burn to see those two men in a tag team match? Because a lot of people want them to wait to fight FTR. I say, why not get their feet wet right now? Who cares about Kip Sabian and Kill Switch? Why can't they spar with Kip Sabian and Kill Switch? They should rebuild their friendship. They should rebuild their chemistry via tag team match. If Edge and Christian want to be tag team champions, I say, why not build them up as a team? This is what Edge wants. He came to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling to team up with Christian Cage. So I say, why would you wait to finally book them in a tag team match? This match is nothing more than a sparring match to get their feet wet for FTR. I would put this match in the category of, can they coexist? That's how I see it. This match is a can they coexist matchup. Now, I don't know why Kip Sabian chose to bleed in this match. This is why I shit on All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling all the time. They don't get psychology. This match did not need blood. Why was Kip Sabian bleeding? That makes no sense. You are not the star attraction in this match. Kip Sabian, we don't care about you like that. Kip Sabian, why are you bleeding in a regular tag team match that is not a hardcore match? That's insane in the membrane. Stop watering down blood. That's what All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling has done these past 5 years. But I did see Edge do a crazy ass spear. He did a Big E spear where he spears the guy through the ropes onto the outside. That's a dangerous move, but it's very entertaining. I can't believe Edge pulled that off. He pulled off a Big E spear through the ropes. That was crazy. Now, who won this match? It was Christian Cage and Edge. What would I grade this match? I will give it a 6 out of 10. This match was not great. This match was solid. This match was a very good first match for Edge and Christian. I did not expect them to blow the roof off, but this was a solid ass match. But this version of Edge and Christian, it's a different version because Christian, he's the grumpy old guy, and Edge, he's the fun-loving guy who wants to be young. So this is a great odd couple tag team. So let's talk about the next match. My boy, Kyle Mother effing Fletcher, the new and improved Randy Orton. And guess what? He now has a legend killer gimmick, just like a young Randy Orton. That's great stuff. Versus some guy named Tarahashi or Takahashi. Somebody from New Japan Pro Fake Wrestling for the TNT Heavyweight Championship. Also, the Cobra, Kyle Mother effing Fletcher, he is smashing super thick sky blue. That's how you know he is the new Randy Orton, because Orton was known for smashing sexy ass females back in the day. Also, Daniel Bryan was on commentary for the show. He said that he heard a rumor that Taylor Swift was interested in Kyle Mother effing Fletcher, the Cobra. What does that tell you? That Kyle Fletcher, he is the new and improved Randy Orton. I'm telling you, Takahashi, he was no match for Kyle Fletcher. This was a dominant performance. In fact, I will give this match a 6 out of 10. Even though Kyle is a champion, this felt like a showcase match for Kyle Mother effing Fletcher. So, what was the biggest highlight of this whole entire match? Well, I think it was when Daniel Bryan said that Kyle Mother effing Fletcher will be a future world heavyweight champion. That was the biggest highlight of this whole entire match because Kyle was dominant. This was an easy victory for Kyle. So let's talk about the next match. A 4-way match for the TBS Female Heavyweight Championship. Sasha Banks versus some female named Persephone versus super thick Alex Windsor versus a BBW female named Bozilla. Whoa, let me rephrase that. I think Persephone might be super thick also. Now, keep in mind, last year, the World Wrestling Federation, they watched this show for scouting purposes. Which female in this match do you think that Shawn Michaels was watching? I think he was watching BBW Bozilla. That female has potential. I like her. I see her eventually signing with NXT. That female has size. But don't sleep on super thick Persephone. That female is thick. She is also Shawn Michaels type. Listen, let's be real. The World Wrestling Federation, they don't care about Sasha Banks. They only care about the females she wrestles. How about you let that sink in? For example, look at sexy ass Stephanie B. She got discovered by wrestling Sasha Banks and out wrestling Sasha Banks last year. So, who was the least impressive female in this match? Obviously, it was Sasha Banks. She did nothing special in this match. Why does this female have over 9 heavyweight championships? That makes no sense. But who was the most impressive female in this match? I will say it was BBW Bozilla. Bozilla was the most impressive female in this match. She is a powerhouse. That female is a better version of Raquel Rodriguez. She's way better than Raquel Rodriguez. She just did a moonsault. This female is over 6 feet tall, over 200 pounds. That's insane. Like I said, she will be a future NXT female heavyweight champion. She has star written all over her. So, which female won this match? It was Sasha Banks. She won via a fruit roll-up. She rolled up super thick Persephone, and she retains her female TBS heavyweight championship. Now, let's move on to the next match. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness. The most random match on this card. I'm like, bruh, last time I checked, I thought Nigel McGuinness was a commentator. Why in God's name is he challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship? Holy shit. What happened, man? What happened to New Japan Pro Fake Wrestling, man? That company has fallen off. What are we doing here? Literally, a commentator is about to challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at a pay-per-view. This belt used to belong to Okada, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Omega, Ospreay. Why are we giving away championship matchups to commentators at a pay-per-view? Wow, that's insane in the membrane. And guess what? I am not a fan of the New Japan Pro Fake Wrestling, but even I think this is wrong. So, what is my grade for this match? I will give it a 4.5 out of 10, based on the fact that I don't like Zack Sabre Jr. It's like, man, he might go down as the most boring fake pro wrestler of all time. In fact, man, I would love to run that fade with I would love to run that fade with Zack Sabre Jr. because I don't like him. I don't like his style of fake pro wrestling. He's boring, no charisma, no personality. He's nothing. I don't like Zack Sabre Jr. It's like, why would you give the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship to a boring fuck who's not worth a damn? He's not worth a fuck. It's like, man, I don't like this man. Listen, for the past 5 years, man, 10 years, 8 years, whatever, Zack Sabre Jr., he owes me a fade, man. I never liked this man since day one. The first match I saw of this man, it put me to sleep. It's like, what do you people see in Zack Sabre Jr.? Like I said, man, I would love to run that fade with this man. This was a boring, bad fucking match. Why does Tony Khan keep bringing this guy back multiple times a year? It's like, bro, he's not over in this country, okay? He's not over in the United States of America. All right, so which man won this match? It was Zack Sabre Jr. I actually thought that Eddie Garcia was going to turn on Nigel McGuinness. So I was shocked that Eddie Garcia did not turn on Nigel. So let's talk about the next match. A tag team match, player. A triple threat, all elite Fake Pro Wrestling Tag Team Heavyweight Championship match involving the Hurt Business. We're people. Hey, we ain't down with that chicken and jobbing. Versus FTR versus Brody King with Bandito. And oddly enough, I didn't see MVP. That was shocking because we all know that man has major heat backstage. And for some strange reason, he doesn't like FTR. So it did make sense for him not to be at ringside. This match was filled with crazy ass stunts. Man, Bandito, he needs to stop doing that Spanish fly body slam. It's like, bro, that shit is dangerous. This man, he grabbed on to Dax and he gave him a body slam Spanish fly on to the outside on multiple men. That move looked dangerous because he almost fell on his head. I'm talking about Bandito. Bandito almost fell on his head doing that move. So, who won this match? Shockingly, it was Bandito and Brody King. This was bad booking. It's like, bro, just give the damn belts to FTR. What was the point of this? And why did the Hurt Business avoid taking a pin in this match? It's like, hold on. So you don't want to get pinned by FTR. Also, you don't want to get pinned by Brody King and Bandito. So which one is it? I don't understand the Hurt Business. So they lose the tag team championships because some men in mask, they attacked Benjamin Shelton and Bobby Lashley. So they fought off to the back. So this turned into a 2-on-2. FTR and those two other guys. I don't know how Brody King and Bandito are the new tag team heavyweight championships. I hate when makeshift random ass tag teams become tag team champions. It's dumb booking. Nobody cares about King or Bandito. Insane dumb booking. So let's move on to Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Okada for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Also, my grade for the last match, I will give it a 4.5 out of 10. I was not impressed. That match was a huge mess. Like I said, Isaiah Swerve Scott, keep King Bookhead's name out your effing mouth because ever since you trashed King Bookhead, the icon, the legend, your career has been on a sliding decline. It's like, bro, you can't beat Okada. It's like you are not at the level of a King Bookhead. So watch your mouth. Listen, I feel like Con Man has been humbling Isaiah Swerve Scott ever since his feud with King Bookhead. And I dare you to tell me that I'm lying. I'm not. Isaiah Swerve Scott has been a mid-card guy ever since his feud with King Booker. What is my grade for this match? I will give it a 5 out of 10. This match was not impressive. And I knew Isaiah Swerve Scott was not going to beat Okada. I don't think Isaiah Swerve Scott will ever become the All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion ever again. It's never going to happen. The biggest highlight of this whole entire match was the return of Wardlow. Hell yeah, let's go. This was a shocking return, the return of Wardlow. So basically, Isaiah Swerve Scott got jobbed out for the return of Wardlow. What does that tell you? I told you, this man lost his push because of his big ass mouth. Like I said, all you pro blackies are losers. Just ask Isaiah Swerve Scott. It doesn't pay off to become a pro blackie. Imagine being a pro blackie in 2025. Hell no, man. That can't be me. It will never be me. All right, so let's talk about the next match. Big Booty, Timeless, Toni Storm versus Ember Moon for the All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling's Female Heavyweight Championship. I must say, this was a great match. Actually, so far, this match was the match of the night. Listen, Big Booty, Timeless, Toni Storm, she is the best female fake pro wrestler in the whole entire world. And that is facts on mother effing facts. Who's better? Who's better than Big Booty, Timeless, Toni Storm right now as we speak? Nobody is. I'm shocked that she didn't beat Ember Moon with a Storm Zero. She beat her with a cross-face chicken wing. That was great shit. There's nothing this female can't do. I will give this match an 8 out of 10. This was a great match that was very watchable. So, let's talk about the next match. MJF versus Adam Hangman Page for the All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling's World Heavyweight Championship. Oh yeah, by the way, that's wild. I didn't know that Maxwell was the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship. That might have been the quietest victory of all time because I didn't know. Now, this was a very good match, but this match was filler. We knew who was going to win this match because if Maxwell didn't cash in his contract, well, by that same logic, why would he win the belt? That would be a waste of a contract if he beats Hangman Page without cashing in. I don't get it. Who writes these angles? Why would you put this match on the show? We all knew Maxwell was not going to win this match if his contract is not cashed in. Imagine somebody winning the Money in the Bank contract and then they get a World Heavyweight title shot without cashing in their briefcase. You see? That's dumb. That makes no sense. That would be a waste of a briefcase. So this match made no sense. So, which man won this match? It was Adam Hangman Page. I will give this match a 6.5 out of 10. So, let's talk about the steel cage match, the main event involving Omega, Ospreay, Darby Allin, and some guy named Tanahashi with Kota Ibushi versus the Death Riders BBC Club with the Young Bucks. I swear, man, I don't like Gabe Kidd. Man, I would love to run that fade with Gabe Kidd. That man is the definition of a try-hard heel. Also, he is a bald-headed fuck, and he has no tan, and he's fat. It's like, wow, man, that is a trifecta of bad proportions, okay? He is not a good heel, and it's no surprise that he is a member of the Death Riders BBC Club. I'm like, bro, where's Pac? Where's Pac-Man? And why has that man been replaced by some guy named Gabe Kidd who doesn't have a tan and he's not jacked up? He's fat and he's bald. That's wild. Imagine being a bald fuck in 2025. Hell no, man. That can't be me. So, who did the most work in this match? Who was the most impressive in this match? I will say it was the Young Bucks. But Darby Allin, he was the one who really put this match over. That guy, he's crazy. He allowed Dean Ambrose to stick a fork in his ear to make him bleed some more. And he was duct taped on a chair. Man, Darby Allin, that man loves pain. I'm telling you, this was a long ass show. So, who won this match? It was Team Ospreay with Darby Allin, and rightfully so. The Death Riders BBC Club, they should never win any tag team matches, ever. I am tired of that faction. This match had crazy ass stunts that were made for shock value. So, what do I grade this match? I will give it a 5 out of 10. This match was violent for no reason. That's how I see it. This match was violent for no reason. So, what is my overall grade for this whole entire show? I will give it a 6 out of 10. Also, if you don't agree, all right, cool. Let's run that fade, dog. And I'm done.